dream is not what you see in your sleep. A dream is the thing that does not let you sleep. APJ Abdul Kalam. It is not the faint images that drift through a fleeting night, but the quiet fire that makes your heart beat faster every time you think of it. It is the force that keeps you awake in the dead of night, that jolts you wide-eyed with the will to do more, go further, live fiercer every single day. A true dream is like an undercurrent, silent, yet strong enough to push a person forward, no matter how weary or how fierce the storm. It is what makes you willing to step out of your safe harbor, to trade comfort for growth, to learn, to train, and yes, to fall. Because when a dream is big enough, it never needs to promise you anything. It moves your heart simply by the greatness you already feel inside it. And when someone carries a dream like that, they no longer merely live, they burn. They race toward a future where every breath is alive with passion. Dreams do not sleep, and they will not let you sleep in peace either. They awaken the strongest version of you, the one that wants to be better than yesterday, the one that believes something bright is waiting just ahead. And those restless nights spent chasing that dream will lead you to mornings more radiant than you have ever known. A person without goals is like a ship without a rudder. No matter how strong the hull or how full the sails, a ship without a rudder only drifts across the endless ocean, carried wherever the waves decide. People are the same. When we live without a lighthouse to steer toward, we easily get swept up in daily chaos, lost among waves of worry, until one day we wake up and realize we have traveled far, yet arrived nowhere. Life is short, like a single voyage with a deadline. That is why setting goals is giving yourself a steady rudder, choosing a bright direction so that every step has meaning and every effort has a destination. With a goal, you don't just know where you're going. You know why you must set sail in the first place. You become stronger, more resolute, and each passing day feels like another stroke of the oar, bringing your ship closer to the shore of your dreams. Remember, the vast sea is not for drifting ships, but for those brave enough to chart their own course. And when you have a goal, you no longer merely exist. You live. You move forward. You touch the true worth within yourself. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Every extraordinary thing begins with a bold step, a different choice, one moment of daring to try what once made you hesitate. Because if you keep walking the same old road, you will only meet the same familiar destinations. But if you want to touch new skies, you must learn to spread wings you have never used before. Doing something new can make your heart tremble with fear, like taking the first step onto thin ice, thrilling and unfamiliar all at once. Yet that very moment is when you grow the most. Every bold choice, every step beyond your limits makes you stronger, more steadfast, and brave enough to see life with wider, clearer eyes. Remember, change does not come from wishing, it comes from acting. The new thing may be hard, may challenge you, but it is a fair price for a far more brilliant version of yourself. And when you look back on the road you have walked, you will know that today's bold steps opened tomorrow's doors, where the things you never had become reality in your hands. Aim high and don't stop until you get there. Bo Jackson. High goals are not meant to scare us. They are meant to force us to stretch, to grow bigger than yesterday's self. They are like cloud-wrapped mountain peaks, distant, daunting. Yet the more you gaze, the more your soul longs to conquer them. The bigger the goal, the rougher the path. But it is exactly that difficulty that forges the most dazzling version of you. Never stop, even when your legs ache. No matter how hard the headwind blows, every small step, every time you rise after stumbling, is another brick in the foundation of future success. As you keep moving forward, you draw closer not only to the goal, but to the person you have always longed to become. Remember, sweet fruit never grows on low branches, and the most worthy things always demand an enduring journey. Set your goals sky high, then rise with all your strength, faith, and steadfastness. One day, standing on your own mountain peak, you will smile and know every drop of effort was worth it. The only thing that makes a dream impossible is the fear of failure. Paulo Coelho. It is not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity, not even a harsh world, but the fear of failure itself, the invisible wall that imprisons countless dreams before they ever grow wings. That fear is like darkness falling over a small flame in your heart. The slightest breeze can make you hesitate, step back, yet dreams were born to be chased, not locked inside a cage of anxiety. When you dare to step past that fear, you become the brave sailor who throws himself into the open sea, knowing the waves will rage, but also knowing that only out there lies the wide horizon. Failure is not the end. It is only a crumpled page, so you can turn to a fresh one and keep writing your story with bolder, steadier strokes. Remember, dreams do not die from failure. They die when we never dare to begin. Just light a spark of courage and a little trust in yourself, and nothing will remain impossible. When you finally overcome that fear, you will realize the only thing that kept you from soaring was a pair of wings that simply hadn't spread yet. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. The future does not choose the strongest or the smartest, but those with enough faith to keep walking, even when the world outside is shrouded in fog. Each person's dream is a painting drawn with longing, with passion, with colors only the heart can see. When we believe in its beauty, we give ourselves a reason to move forward every day, no matter the storm. That belief is the light at the end of the tunnel, guiding us through weary days. It makes us persist when others quit, stand up when we fall, and keep walking even when the road feels longer than we thought. Then one day, looking back, we see that faith in our dream turned impossible into possible, turned an ordinary person into someone extraordinary. A dream is only truly beautiful when you have the courage to believe in it, because belief is the pair of wings that carries you over every limit you once feared. And the future, radiant, complete, worth living, always belongs to hearts that guard their dream like an eternal flame. Start with a dream, then turn that dream into a goal. Every great journey begins with a fragile spark, a dream. At first, it is only a tiny seed in your palm, soft and easily broken, yet it holds the power of an entire future forest. When you dare to nurture it with faith, water it with desire, and warm it with persistence, that dream grows stronger day by day, becoming the driving force that pushes you forward. But a dream only truly lives when you turn it into a goal, clear, concrete, reachable with your own two hands. A goal is the compass that keeps you from wandering in haze and shows you exactly which path to take. It turns vague longing into action, aspiration into plans, someday into I start today. Dreams give you the why, goals give you the how. When the two walk together, you are no longer just chasing what you want. You are building your own future. Step by step, effort by effort, until one day you look back and smile because you dared to begin with a tiny dream. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Audrey Hepburn. Things once called impossible flying, touching the ocean floor, speaking across continents, all became real the moment people dared to believe impossible was only temporary. Like a small seed buried under hard earth, seemingly unable to break through, yet it rises, sprouts, and claims the sun to become a tree. People are the same. Just a little faith, a little persistence, and impossible melts into possible. Remember, Real limits exist only in the mind. Change your perspective, dare to move, and suddenly you discover you are stronger, tougher, and far more capable than you ever imagined. Then one day, you yourself will prove that impossible was merely the starting line for the miracle you were about to create. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King Jr. When everything is smooth sailing, anyone can smile, be kind, appear strong. But when the storm hits, when pressure weighs heavy, when right and wrong tangle in heated argument, that is when true character is revealed. In trial, a man is measured by his attitude. Does he stay calm or let anger sweep him away? Does he choose integrity or the easy path? Does he defend what is right, even if he must stand alone, or stay silent to avoid trouble? True strength is like precious metal. Only intense heat reveals its purity. People are the same. Dignity, courage, steadfastness shine brightest when circumstances test us to the limit. Remember, a powerful life is not built on peaceful days, but on how we stand tall in the middle of the storm. The way we behave in the hardest moments becomes the truest mirror of the person we wish to become. And if every time trial comes, we choose the side of what is right, we do not merely survive. We grow, become solid, and earn respect like never before. Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react to it. Charles R. Swindoll. What truly matters is not what life throws at us, but how we choose to rise. Events, breakdowns, unfairness, hardships, these take up only a tiny fraction of the picture. The rest, the part that decides everything, is in our hands. Attitude, grit, the way we see, and the way we keep going. Imagine two people walking in the same rain. One sees only gray skies and complains. The other sees a chance to run faster, grateful for legs that still carry him. Same rain, different lives, because they chose different reactions. That reaction is what separates failure from growth, collapse from resilience. Life never promises smooth seas, but it gives us the power to choose how we face them. When we choose calm over panic, hope over despair, action over whining, we turn hardship into fuel, challenge into lessons, and ourselves into a stronger version. Life does not define you by what it brings, but by how you answer back. Your daily choices are the pen that writes your life story. There is no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Colin Powell. Success is not magic, not a hidden recipe, not a gift from luck. It is a great structure, built brick by brick, with very real materials. Careful preparation, days of relentless labor, and the scars earned from falling. Preparation is the foundation, gathering knowledge, collecting experience, sharpening yourself for any opportunity. Hard work is the steady engine that keeps you moving against long roads and headwinds. And failure, terrifying as it sounds, is actually the strictest teacher, giving lessons no classroom can offer. Each stumble is not the end. It is a step higher. Success, therefore, is not a secret. It is a journey, the journey of those brave enough to start, persist, and learn from their own mistakes. Anyone can search for success, but only the steadfast actually touch it. No secret, just thorough preparation, unbreakable will, and the spirit to rise after every fall. That is what makes success truly worthy, complete, and something to be proud of forever. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison. Failure is not the finish line. It is only a signpost along the way. It does not stop the persistent traveler. It simply says, try again, but differently. Each unsuccessful attempt is not defeat. It is another piece of experience added to your pack. Like an explorer lost in the jungle, the more wrong turns you take, the clearer the right path becomes. Like an inventor, surrounded by wires and sketches, every failed trial is one rung closer to the eureka moment. In the end, failure is just data, not a verdict. It teaches patience, creativity, and how to stand when others walk away. That attitude is what made great people great. They were not afraid of being wrong. They were only afraid of learning nothing from it. The persistent count steps forward, not the number of falls. If you have the courage to continue, every mistake becomes a key to the door you seek. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. We often think that once we climb high enough, achieve enough, we will finally be happy. But happiness does not wait at the finish line. It walks beside us from the very first step in the joy of doing what we love, in living true to ourselves. When someone works with passion, their eyes shine brighter, their hands are surer, their heart more resolute. They do not count hours. They count what they create. They do not fear difficulty, because every obstacle becomes fuel. That quiet joy makes them outlast, outcreate, and finally reach success naturally. If we chase success while forgetting to love the chase, we are like runners in the desert. The more we run, the thirstier and emptier we feel. Success then becomes a cold summit with no warmth. Happiness is not the final reward, it is the starting fuel. When you love your work, every day feels lighter and success arrives like a flower blooming in its season. Natural, gentle, and breathtaking. Don't work for money, work to learn. Robert Kiyosaki. Money helps us live, but knowledge and skill are what help us rise. Working only for the paycheck is like a farmer who only harvests fruit and never tends the tree. Eventually, the tree runs dry, but working to learn, to gather experience, to sharpen yourself every day is planting a garden that will bloom forever. Learning opens doors money cannot buy, confidence in storms, maturity beyond limits, and wisdom to see life with wider eyes. Every job is a classroom, every task a practice, every hardship a test that makes you stronger. When you become better, your value rises. Money becomes a natural consequence of ability, not the goal. Money can be lost. What you learn stays with you for life. Working to learn is building a foundation that one day lets you look back and see you are not just wealthy, but wise, resilient, and free in a way money alone can never give. Working to learn is how you build a solid foundation for the future, so one day you look back and see yourself not only rich, but wise, resilient, and truly free. Never stop chasing what you want in life. I want it. Sometimes you have to fight for it. Any dream big enough will test your heart to see if you truly want it or only say you do. Life does not roll out red carpets for dreamers. It builds walls, and how we climb, slip past, or break through those walls is what defines us. Sometimes we must run, sometimes crawl, sometimes stay silent, sometimes fight, face it head on. Refuse to take even half a step back. The most beautiful part is not the final prize, but the moment you tell yourself, I want this, and I am brave enough to go get it. Dreams do not come looking for us. They only come to those who stand up, keep going, and fight for what sets their heart on fire. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Jeff Bezos. Some things cannot be touched, yet weigh more than business cards, titles, or fancy clothes. Your personal brand. It is not built with pretty introductions, but with how people feel about you after every encounter. When you leave the room, when the door closes, when your voice fades, what remains is how you treated others. Your presence, your credibility, your kindness. the value you planted in every moment. A personal brand is built by small, repeated actions every day, keeping promises, respecting others, facing difficulty, working hard even when no one is watching. Your brand is the echo of your character, the footprint of your values, the truest story about you that needs no words from you. Only when you are consistent, authentic, and steadfast in who you show yourself to be does your brand truly exist, endure, and travel farther than you yourself can go. The challenge of leadership is to be strong but not rude, kind but not weak, bold but not a bully, humble but not timid, humorous but not foolish. Jim Rohn. Leadership is not a chair or a title. It is the art of balancing opposites like a tightrope walker. Every step demands grace, clarity, and vision. A true leader is strong yet restrained, knowing real power lies in willing followers, not shouted orders. They are kind, but their kindness has principles, offering a hand at the right moment and knowing when to let go. They are bold, pushing the team beyond comfort, yet never turning resolve into oppression or fear. They are humble, never shrinking into the crowd. The humility of someone who knows exactly who they are and where they are going. They are humorous enough to lighten hearts, yet their smile never cheapens the respect they command. True leadership stands in the center of these extremes, never tipping too far, never losing essence, never letting power erode kindness, nor kindness erode strength. It is a daily forging walked only by hearts large enough and minds clear enough to keep going. That is the lifelong practice only the biggest hearts and clearest minds can endure.